Hey everybody, it's Taylor here, and in this video I'm going to show you how we are going to load our STL files into Cura and scale them so that they meet the size requirements for this assignment. So looking at the directions for our assignment, some of the constraints have to do with how much filament is going to be used during our print and how long the print is going to take. So what we need to be able to do is load these files into Cura and then size them so that they meet these constraints. 6 meters or 50 grams of filament and a print time of 2 hours or less. So let's jump over to Cura and take a look at how to load those files in and then resize them. So here in Cura, I have my window open. I need to open a file, and I am going to navigate to a folder where I have STL files located. And all of these files right here are STL files. And so I'm going to just select a couple of them. And I'm going to click open, and it's going to bring them into the print bed window so that we can start manipulating them. Now, some controls inside of Cura. To orbit around your view, I'm clicking and holding the right mouse button. To zoom in and out, I'm using the scroll wheel. And to pan, I'm clicking and holding the scroll on my mouse and then moving back and forth. Clicking the left button and dragging doesn't have any effect on our view. So now, looking at these three objects placed as they are, I can see the amount of filament and the length of time that this print is going to take. So currently, I am at a 4 hour and 14 minute print time. Okay. 3.75 meters of filament, approximately 29 grams. So I'm under the requirement for the length of, or the amount of filament, but I'm way over on the print time. So some things that I can do to get that print time down. First of all, I need to make sure I have the correct filament selected, and we use PLA for this project. And I'm actually going to change this from high detail to standard, and let's watch the effect that it has on our print time. So it's slicing, and by simply switching from high detail to standard detail, I've gone from over 4 hours to just over 2 hours. So this is a much more appropriate print time. Now I still need to get this down about 20 minutes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale my objects. And it's important when we do this that all three objects get scaled at the same time and in the same amount. Because if I only scale one object down, then my pieces are not going to fit together correctly. So I'm going to start with this tall post right here, and I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to use my scale button here. And it's important to have uniform scaling selected. And what that's going to do is if I change one of my values, either X, Y, or Z, it's going to keep the other values locked at the same ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and scale this post. And I want to use the percentage scale because this is going to allow me to scale all three objects the same amount. And we only need to reduce our print time by 20 minutes. So I'm going to scale this one to 98%. And when I click enter, you can see it changes all of the other dimensions. And now it's reslicing my object. And that took 3 minutes off my print time. So let's scale my others also to 98%. Making sure to get all three objects. And we'll let it slice now that all 3 objects have been scaled, and look at our print. So this brought us down to 2 hours and 15 minutes. We need to go a little bit smaller. So let's go to 95%. And we'll let it slice and check our time. 2 hours and 7 minutes. We need to go just a little bit more on our scaling. So we'll go to 92%. And we'll let it slice, and this should bring us down under 2 hours. 1 hour and 59 minutes. So these are now scaled to an appropriate time where I meet the time limit of 2 hours or less and the filament requirement of 6 meters or less. So these are now scaled correctly, and I'm ready to save these for export. And we'll take a look at saving and exporting in the next video.